Okay, so when we opened, I told the group if this thing gets down to the 05 level, I want to take a long. Now, when it opened, it was back and forth through the opening. I was a little surprised it actually came down here. This was confluence with two different trend lines, a high time frame level, low time frame levels, halfbacks. I mean, there was awful lot going on. It also would have pushed through this VWAP, so I really liked that. So I had a couple orders lined up here in my Top Step account, and I took this in my cash account. So really I did one trade with one contract and made 10 points, and then you have to be content and move on with your day. And that's what I did. So we'll see price come down here, get me into one contract, not two. The hardest thing to manage is over leverage in one contract. So I didn't have the options to peel contracts off and keep one back. Because it only got me into one contract, although I made 10 points, it really missed me making 20 points. Now, did my Top Step, did it get me into two contracts? Because in my cash account, I only did one entry. I think it only got me into one also in my Top Step. So yeah, and here I was like, all right, I'm going to remove it. So now it's time to be patient, because I love the trade location. And when I love the trade location, I'm a little more patient than maybe I am normally. So I basically set it here for a little profit. Then I moved it back to break even. I said, nope, this is a great trade location, George. Let's stay in the trade because we have multiple pools of liquidity above our head that it didn't grab. Now, in the opening, if we would have grabbed that liquidity, there's no way I would have taken this bounce level. But because the pools of liquidity above us were still intact, Pac-Man hasn't eaten yet, I chose to take this long, and a lot of us in the group took this long as well. So many of us had 10 pointers, which was really delightful. It is great to trade as a group. And now it's just like, okay, come on, get back up over VWAP. I removed the VWAP from the chart. I just hate when price goes back and forth through it. I don't need it. It's not part of my system, but it is a part of a lot of other people's system. So I like to know where that is. So it kept going up to the VWAP and back in, up to the VWAP and back in. I'm like, come on, get up there, get up there, get up there. If I'd have had multiple contracts, I would have taken, let's say I would have went with 3 contracts. 2 of them I would have taken off at 2 points. I would now move this stop to -1 point and just hands free. I didn't have that option, so I've got my stop at break even and I'm hands free. Sorry, that's my automated reminder system. It tells us to work out every 30 minutes when we're trading live on Zoom. All right, let's see what happens. Once it can pop the VWAP, and then we got to get past the opening, then it is sailing. I was like, come on, get up, get up. And you just have to be patient. You have to know that your bounce level was legit. You had multiple confluences. You had a great trade location. And now you just be patient. What you're not doing here is looking for a reason to go short. That's what you're not doing. If you're not long, you are flat now. It is going to race towards those pools of liquidity, in my humble opinion. There we go. Now we're back to the opening here where it's going to battle. I moved my stop up. I believe I was locking in 1 point. And then at another time, I locked in 2 points. And at another time, I locked in 5 points. Now, you see there where I drew 14 points. That is where I thought the target was, and I was hoping that when it grabbed those pools of liquidity, it would quickly run to the 14. I could put my stop at 10, giving me a 4-point cushion for it to continue going. But as you'll see, that's not actually what happened. It got up, I put my stop at 10 points, and it got me out at 10 points. I am not complaining. There we go. Come on, pop it. Get up there.
Bigger picture, single press, ranges.
At this time, I'm telling my traders that if we get back up over the opening, there's no stopping it. It's going to go grab those 3 pools of liquidity that are right above the daily high. And hopefully it'll keep going. I gave you a strong level this morning of 33.50, I think. And I told my traders if they were long and they were looking for the optimal exit, if they could stay in this trending move, to get out at that 33.50 strong level. I'm looking on my other monitor here, and it looks like 32.75 was the high. And now it's laddering back in. There we go. And about right here, you've got to have confidence. It's fair value gapping up. It's volume and balancing up. We're getting over the opening. And somewhere in here, I move my stop to 2 points. And as this is happening as a group, we're discussing where our stops are and why they are there. And if someone has a better idea of why a stop is in a certain place, it's lively discussion for that. The magnet is certainly north. Beautiful. Get up there. Excellent. Now it has totally cleared the opening. All signs are north. This is where I was really wishing I had multiple contracts to give me more options. So here I'm measuring where is my 10 points. How does that relate to the pools of liquidity that are on my real trading view chart? I don't need levels marked on my top step chart. They're on my Trade of 8 chart. And I'm not going to duplicate them. But I wanted to show you a clean chart with a clean experience. And there we go. We're taking those. And as we pop up over the 10 points, you'll see that I move my stop to capture the 10. That's a good day. I like to make 10 to 50 points a day. And there we go.